Hey girls, Coach B. Wiley. I wanted to continue with Friday's theme of Freeing Yourself Friday. What I want you to do is take a look for you single ladies that are dating. Take a look at your closest friends. Your closest friends. Are they dating? Are they toxic? Are they not toxic? Do they generally have a good eye for a guy? Are they cheaters? Are they not honest? Are they going after the bad boy? Or do they tend to, excuse me, or do they tend to have a level head and be very self-aware and have good dating choices? I say look at your inner circle because you are a direct reflection of who you hang out with the most. And if the women that you are hanging out with tend to be toxic, don't know what they're doing when they're dating, are dating dumb, meaning they're not knowledgeable of who to spot, what to spot, they pick up the red flags, put them in their back pocket, and put their foot on the go when put their foot on the gas when they really need to slow down, stop, and abort that mission. When you take a look around at your inner circle, that doesn't mean you're judging them, and that doesn't mean that they're not quality women. It just could mean that they need some tweaks. And it's on you to then take a look at yourself and say, well, you know what? I think similar to Samantha, my best girlfriend. I think similar to Judy, my other girlfriend. And then you all together can get together and make the tweaks with each other and possibly critique each other. That is, if you all have emotional intelligence enough to not lead with your emotions and literally come from a place of love. That's the only way that this is going to be able to work with you ladies. That all of you guys are smart, you have emotional intelligence, and you can receive the constructive criticism from your gal pals. Because why? Because they know you the most. Now, they know you the best. Now, if your gal pals tend to be on that toxic, negative, I'm going to get my lick back type of energy, then I'm going to say you need to distance yourself from them type of women because that doesn't make sense. And I know you're like, well, what does that have to do with me? It has everything. Because just because you think it don't directly apply to you, it's going to spill over into your life. Believe me when I say the stuff that your friends have going on, because why? Because they're going to talk to you about it because you're their girl. So they're going to come to you about some more mess with Johnny. It's going to spill over into your life. The next thing you know, it's on your mind. It's ruining your day. And it's just in your spirit. So do yourself a favor when it comes to those kind of toxic friends that you have. You want to distance yourself. And me personally, I wouldn't only distance myself. I'd actually evaluate the entire friendship to begin with. Because if they don't have good judgment, what else don't they have? And if this is supposed to be my good Judy, how are we Judys together? Because what you do should be similar to what I'm doing. And if I don't like what you're doing, then hey, we got to rethink this thing. I'm not telling you to drop your friends off on the curb and free yourself from your friends. I'm telling you to do some reevaluations, consider who you're friends with, take notes on the pros and cons of the friendship, and see how they date. If they're just as single as you, y'all together got to find out why. If they're always in a relationship, and just because someone is always in a relationship or is always dating long term, doesn't mean that they got it all together. They could be in a bad, unfortunate, messy relationship or dating situation. You want to really think about this with who you consider to be a friend. And then you also then want to roll it over to who you're following on social media. Social media is a big part of a lot of people's lives. I'm on social media literally every day, pulling content from different scenarios off the internet. I'm posting every day, giving y'all the dating and communicating insight. And if you're following someone that believes that they can use their woman tool as a man will use his tool and not give two F's about it, that is a problem. And if you're following women who say they want a man, yet they're literally going out, boobs up to their neck, full bottom exposed in like some sheer pantyhose, you really got to think about it. Why am I following this person? I don't carry myself this way because if you don't, it could trick you. The social media superstars have a way of tricking you into thinking if they dress that way, you should too, because you can get the man just like them. But you have to consider that kind of dude that they're attracting. You got to consider what goes on behind the scenes, because if you're going out and you want to create this different character, this extra character of yourself, you got to hold it down, because how it shows up is how it should be. And if you're showing up in an extra sexual way, that man is going to come for you, whoever he is, and he's going to expect you to keep that same energy. So instead of going outside of yourself, you want to stay within yourself. And whoever you're following on social media, you want to make sure it's women who are in long-term relationships. Not saying that the women who are in long-term dating situations don't have drama in the background, because you don't know them personally. I'm saying kind of look at how they carry themselves, how they engage, how they talk. Are they mad, sad, down, depressed? Because you can post anything on social media. I'm saying, what are they doing for them every day? What books are they reading? What workouts are they doing? How are they dressing? How are they speaking? You want to pull those kind of things. Are they feminine? Are they masculine? You want to just take a assessment of all the women that you're following, the women that you admire. Me personally, I've always admired Angela Bassett since as long as I can remember. I can think about when I was in 9th grade and I wrote a paper about her and Layla Rashawn, something I had to make up, and I just made up some story back then. I guess I was a book writer then and didn't even know it. That's crazy to think about now that I'm saying it out loud, but I've always admired her. Do I know her personally? Absolutely not. But I do know that she's so feminine. She's talented. She believes in God. She's just graceful. She's beautiful and all these things. And I'm just like, wow. And I follow her. That's just one of the women. Other women that I follow are women who are very stylish. And then I follow women who take care of their bodies. And I follow women who are nutritionists and who are feeding themselves the right thing. And then I follow pages that are all about books, because I love books. I've always loved to read books since I could read. I live for books. So think about who you're following. What are you truly interested in? And what can you tweak about yourself? And what can you evolve in? And how more self-aware can you become? And who can you start swapping out and switching in to make your life even that much better? What girlfriends are bringing you down? What girlfriends are sinking your ship? Do you need to get rid of those girls? Because some of y'all will hang on to a friend, even though you've been friends for 20 years. You know it's not working. There's so many things, but you're just trying to work around it. I don't want you to work around it. I don't want you to tolerate the nonsense. I want you to replace them with someone else. And you don't have to necessarily say, oh, F you, I'm going to pull Beth in and I'm going to scoot you out. No, you just distance yourself from them, and whoever is supposed to be in your circle, I'm telling you, she will naturally fall in line, and she will be on the level where you're trying to go. You never, and I spoke about this last thing before, you never want to be the biggest fish in your pond. Because when you're the biggest fish, who can you learn from? How can you grow? You can't. So you need to get in another pond. And I'm actively doing that literally right now. So I want you to take that advice. Do a roll call on your friends, because your friends are a mirror of who you are. You want to do some self-awareness exams with your friends, with the ones that you know they really want to get it together but don't have it quite there. You all want to do constructive criticism with each other. Then you want to check who you're following on social media and how do they make you feel? How do the women that you follow on social media make you feel when they show up as themselves, whatever that may be, healthy, educated, fun, traveling the world, just pretty? How does that make you feel? Do you feel bothered? Do you feel triggered? Because that is a problem. And then lastly, you want to only surround yourself with like-minded women who may have a little bit more, know a little bit more, who can then show you. And for sure, you want to be inspired by the women that you follow and the women that you surround yourself with. Because if you're in a group of 5 women who are heavily overweight, you will be the 6th. Just like you're in a group of 5 healthy, strong, aware women, you will be the 6th. So do that for me today. Free yourself from any and all things that no longer serve you and no longer benefit you. And let's see where this next year, I'm already talking about next year, guys. Let's see where this next year takes you. Are you ready? Let me know in the comments. Talk to you later.